Usually if your posture is not good, that is, as Pity teaches us, if you are with your head outwards, with the hump sticking out, with your back shrunken, your knees locked, or your pelvis forward, backward, or if there's a big difference between the right side and your left side of your body, that will also have an impact. That will also impact the alignment of your eyes and your vision. And it impacts your vision, but not only in the alignment. To be able to see well, the soles of your feet need to be well positioned, the hips and the shoulders as well. And the next horizontal level, we would say, is already the eyes. So all those levels need to be well balanced. Also, if there are tensions in several different parts of your body, if you do not have muscles that have developed in a harmonious way, and your body posture is unbalanced forwards or backwards, those tensions are also going to have an impact on the eye muscles, which are the ones you need to focus well at different distances. The muscle chains throughout the body are linked to each other. All the muscle groups are linked to each other through the fasciae, which is this tissue that has so much hydration. It's so moist that as soon as you die, it dries up, and it is very difficult to study. You have to study it in what they call the fresh dead, because it disappears immediately. So it is one of the important current lines of research, the fasciae, how they work. And these fasciae are wrapping all the muscle groups so that, in a way, they unify the whole body. I am going to give you a metaphor or an analogy. Imagine a ball of wool, knitting wool for people who are interested in knitting. If you grab any one of those threads and pull on it, you are going to see that the whole ball gets deformed. It gets squashed. It gets deformed. If you let go, the ball will be able to partially recover its shape, its initial condition. You may have to do something, massage it, move it, so that it will be able to return to its original shape. Well, that is what happens with the body. When you break something, or when you get a blow, or when you carry a lot of accumulated tension for whatever reason in some part of your body, that muscle, that organ, that bone, that area is more injured, but that impacts the rest of the body. So, in order for people to improve their eyesight, it is important that the body as a whole returns to balance, that it returns to a good posture, to a good muscular tonicity. All these things that you help your community with. Let's also consider that the effect goes in the other direction as well, because if you have a knot in your eyes, also that knot in your eyes is affecting your body posture. So when you improve your body posture, you open up the possibility, you create the space for your vision to improve, for your eyesight to improve. But when you also work on mobility, relaxation, stimulation of the eyes, then that will also have an impact on the rest of the body. And in particular, the reflex zone of the eyes is the diaphragm, the solar plexus. Notice how important the relationship between your work and mine is. So there are people that when they start to improve their eyesight, when they start to do the natural vision practices, well, they may feel unusual sensations in their eyes. That happens when you start moving and exercising any other muscle in the body. The famous stiffness begins, that discomfort. Of course, if you persevere and continue, then it becomes normal. But there are other places where discomfort also appears frequently in relation to the improvement of eyesight. It can appear in the head or in the shoulders. So when that happens, it's a good sign that you're on the right track. Is it uncomfortable at that point? Yes, but you're on the right track. And the third place where discomfort can appear is in the stomach, the diaphragm, with nausea. People can get nauseous when they start to get better eyesight. And well, if you get nauseous, obviously you should stop, do something that will help you relax. Follow Pity's advice, take a good bath, have a massage, do some stretching, and you will realize that as your eyesight improves, your solar plexus will improve. And vice versa. As your solar plexus improves, your eyesight will improve.
This is an excellent relationship. The reflex zone of the eyes is the solar plexus. Yes. That is,
yes.
It improves the eyesight,
yes.
And then improves the diaphragm, and perhaps improves the diaphragm, and then improves the eyesight. No question about it. Yes. Wow. That's a good relationship. I love that. Especially what you say about muscular knots affecting vision and visual knots affecting body posture.
That's right. Indeed. And if we now go the other way and talk about emotions and eyesight, eyesight and emotions, it is very good that we have started with body posture and muscles, because now I'm going to talk about a line of research that comes from psychoanalysis. Everybody has been talking about, right? Freud and psychoanalysis. And he also had a series of disciples, apprentices, followers, some of whom also developed their own lines of research. For example, Jung, very well known, with the collective unconscious, or Lacan in France. And now I'm going to talk about Wilhelm Reich, who was a German who ended up in the United States, and who, apart from being very interested in sexual energy, but today we're not talking about this, we're going to talk about another part of his theories. He was the first one to delve deep into what today is called bioenergetics and the muscular armors. Wilhelm Reich actually discovered that when you have undigested, unmanaged, untranscended emotions, these emotions end up being stored in your body as muscular tensions. Then, if these emotions are recurrent, if always, for whatever reason, for whatever happens in your life, you have many occasions to get angry. Or if always, for whatever happens in your life, you have many occasions to be sad, or to be afraid, or to be happy, or anything else, this ends up changing your posture because the tensions accumulate in certain parts of the body and not in others. The opposite is also true. If you start to move and move your muscles, that also allows emotions to come out. That's why we feel happy after doing sports, among other things. And also, when you cultivate a good posture, you speak in nonverbal language to your own body. If you are happy, but you go through life looking down and with a slouched posture, you are going to end up depressed. On the other hand, if you're depressed, but you go through life taking care to walk upright with your shoulders back, to take power postures like the victory postures when athletes win, like looking up to the sky, raising your hands to the sky, or with the superwoman posture with your hands up, although initially you may feel negative or difficult emotions. If you take a posture that conveys that you are fine, you will be saying to your brain, to your nervous system, I am fine, I am fine, I am fine, I am fine. And that changes your emotion as well. Now let's go to eyesight, eyesight and vision. We have already said that in order to focus far, near, day and night, well, with the right eye or with the left eye, several muscle groups are involved in the focusing process. I have explained this in much more detail in lesson number 1 of the free course that I have been teaching these days. And I know that you've invited your community to join because we've been talking about this. I'm not going to go into that fine detail, but just know that your focus depends on muscles, and that if you've been experiencing nearsightedness, astigmatism, farsightedness, presbyopia, or strabismus, any of these symptoms, that also depends on how your eye muscles are. Strabismus is muscle deviations. Nearsightedness is an overly elongated eye due to muscle tension. Farsightedness is an eye that is too flat because of muscular tension. Astigmatism, an eye with irregular tensions in the straight muscles that deform the cornea, and presbyopia, too much tension in the ciliary muscles. Well, if you move those muscles, exercise them, relax them, stimulate them, but you also take care of releasing the emotional tensions that may be behind that muscle tension, then that also helps, and it helps in both directions. You move the eyes to improve the posture so that the eyes are in shape and the emotions are released. You release the emotions that are behind those muscular tensions. Also, the muscles relax, they are released, and it improves your eyesight. So you can work at it by any of those ends. You can do eye exercises that are going to make you feel better and make you see better. And you can work emotionally and release those emotions and see better.